Hello, happy Sunday. Today is July 18th. This is me, Elizabeth, with Be the Voice, MJG Movement. I'm doing a video today versus my podcast because I wanted to first discuss a couple different things. And one of the things I want to discuss about a lot that's just really going on in the world today. There's an article going on that Chicago has made it mandatory to push condoms for fifth graders, and I just don't think that's appropriate. I don't, high school maybe, but fifth graders should not have to have condoms thrown at them. Um, I just think that's too young. I do know it's another day and time, but I just think there's a bigger agenda at the end of the road. It's just too much going on. And then there was another article. There's a town or a county in Wisconsin where they're teaching third graders about sex apps, I think Grindr or something, and they're teaching them about how to go on these apps and locate the nearest homosexual that's available to them. And that's just wrong on so many levels. First and foremost, we're talking about third graders. These are still babies. Fifth graders are too. Why are they pushing the LGBT community on anybody? And no, I'm not racist. No, I'm not homophobic. Nothing. What you do in your bedroom, your life, whatever is your business. But, I think when we're at an age or at a time where we're sitting there teaching third graders about apps to find somebody that's available to them, what are we saying? And that's just wrong on so many levels. I just don't care what nobody say. And I think all of this is just tied into everything that's going on. They recently let Bill Cosby out, and they didn't let the man. And I had been saying he was never going to do the whole 10 years. I kept saying he's going to do 3 years, and they're going to let him out. And what ended up happening was that at 3 years, and they let him out, not because he's innocent, because he made a sweetheart deal. He worked a deal out back in the day, years ago, that he would not go to jail if he told the truth. And he admitted to, yeah, I put Quaaludes in those women drinks to have sex with them. I just he did what he had to do to protect himself. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right because regular Joe Schmoes on the streets can't make those kind of deals. I don't think people with money and fame should be able to make those kind of deals. I think when you rape somebody, molest somebody, whatever, you should, you do the crime, you do the time, point blank, period. And I don't care who you are. So now he's out enjoying his, gonna start his life. And, he is older, he's sick. So, I don't know how much time he has left. And I do believe eventually Harvey Weinstein is going to be let out, and the rest of them are going to be let out because of these same type of deals. And somehow or another, I do think it's like a triangle where they're all connected. If you connect the dots, they're all somehow connected to what's the guy's name? Jeffrey Epstein. They're all somehow or another connected to him. I just feel like somehow they're all connected, just like John McAfee. He got taken into jail, and I think a Spanish jail in Sweden. And he had made a tattoo saying that, and he had started saying that if he committed suicide, or if they said they found him hanging or something in his jail cell, not to believe it because he wasn't going to commit suicide. They did it to him. And lo and behold, days later, he was found. And they said he died by suicide. But these people are all somehow connected to Epstein. Bill Cosby was across the street from Epstein. Harvey hung out with Epstein. You got Bill Gates and all of these. They all friends. They were all in his house. They were all, just kikiing it up. And, when it's all said and done, I don't even believe Epstein is dead. I think he's somewhere because he had a lot of money and a lot of power. I just think he's somewhere on one of his private islands living his best life. I think maybe somehow or another they may even let his girlfriend Cassell go. But from what her lawyer is saying, that they treat her worse than they've ever did any of the males. She's been treated, I guess, inhumane or something. But you know, she knew what she was doing when she was doing it. She knew it was against the law. She knew it was wrong. So I don't have any empathy or sympathy for her either. And I'm just coming on doing this video because it's disheartening when we're in an era where they're trying to tie everything to the LGBTQ plus community, and they're trying to change laws. It just seems like they're trying to change laws for these people. So when they're messing with underage kids or something, nothing is done, because I don't understand the reason why fifth graders need to have condoms, be able to have access to free condoms at school. And yes, in this day and time, they probably have some that's sexually active, but I wouldn't want my child to go to school and get some free condoms without coming to me. And then third graders, why do they need access to books and apps and stuff? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I just think they're making it comfortable, so if an adult does approach them, the kids will think, okay, well, this is natural. Hey, we're not going to tell anybody because the school has already given us the condoms or the green light to, hey, you're safe. So I think a lot of parents should start really coming together and boycotting this, and just really starting to raise hell, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have kids at their age. I have one child left, and she will be a junior, so I don't, have anybody within those age groups. But if it was me, I would be raising all kind of hell. I would be doing whatever I could to keep those agendas and that curriculum out of my kids' school. So I don't know what's going to happen, but Lord help. And, it's not even just that. I just think it's a lot of things getting ready to, that's gonna, kind of go downhill. It's not just that, the banks recently took back their lines of credit. That has to mean that they know there's gonna be a crash somewhere along the line. And I guess after July 31st, people that has not paid their rent or made any type of arrangements with their landlords or mortgage companies are going to start being put out. So, they were saying how in Florida alone, there's over 100,000 people that are scheduled to become homeless. And that's just Florida alone. That is beyond scary. That is beyond, I can't even imagine that. I couldn't imagine having to go through that. My heart goes out to those people, and my heart goes out to the people who really did not have any way to pay their bills. Now, the people who did these PPP loan scams and came across all kind of money and chose to blow their money by buying cars that they cannot afford to keep up, jewelry, bling bling, rather than paying their bills and making sure they have adequate food and stuff that they need. I don't feel sorry for them, because they chose to blow through their money rather than pay their bills up. So if they're on that list, kudos. And I hate to sound like that, but hey, you got to pay where you stay, and that's me and everybody. But I do think it's going to be a chain reaction. I do think there's going to be a lot of changes made. I just think it's a lot's getting ready to happen, and all I can say is God bless this country, and God bless us all. And I talk about Black women coming together and unifying and getting a sistership. And I bring that up a lot because we all we have is each other. Before I was a mother, before a wife, I was a Black woman. And as being a Black woman, we're considered the worst of the worst. And a lot of times when they see us cussing each other out and dragging each other and talking about each other and calling each other bitches and hoes and fuck you and pull up and all that type of garbage, it makes people degrade us even more, because they're looking like, well, if you're going to degrade yourself, then why I'm going to degrade you. And I have to explain to women, it starts and ends with us. And if we come together and unify, learn kindness, learn how to build each other up and become queens, let's wear our crowns, you'll be surprised at how people will look at us differently. We want respect. We have to give respect, which means we have to start with giving respect to ourselves first, and respecting each other as Black women. We have to show that compassion and just really coming together and really just unifying. And not just us women, Black men too. We would be a very strong and powerful race of people if we just stood together. But we're so separate. Everybody's trying to outdo everybody. Everybody's trying to beat everybody. Everybody's just like, off to themselves. I'm better than you, or I'm better. And when it's all said and done, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We're no better. Nobody's no better than the first person. Some may have a little bit more money or access to certain things, but when it's all said and done, we all bleed red, and we're all gonna, we're all on this earth for a limited time. And that's instead of fighting amongst each other, instead of, just really treating each other like shit, why not just come together? And just become that race. You see the Jews, they stick together, they keep their money in their communities. Why can't we be like that? And those are just some things to think about. I would like to see our people do better. I'm hoping for the best, and I will do my part. And the last and final thing I want to talk about is that we will be getting safe houses soon. We're having houses donated to us. Praise God, yay. And within that, they will be able to go through our programs. The people that need somewhere, like people that are homeless and need somewhere to stay, they will be able to live there. And what we will do is we will start out by having teaching them skills, like life skills, have trades, people that do trades like painters and electricians and plumbers and builders, welders, construction workers, have them come in and teach them those traits. We'll have somebody from the medical, different people from the medical fields come in and teach them the different things that goes on in the medical field, because there's a lot, it's just not doctors and nurses. You have your x-ray technicians and labs, and it's just a lot to do. So we have different people come in from the medical fields and teach them about the different things that goes on, and teach them about what kind of classes they have to take to do the different things. Celebrities that we know, we'll have them come in and teach them about. We'll have the celebrities that I know come in and teach them like about the music industry and what does it take to get into the music industry, and Hollywood and acting and all that type of stuff, and producers and writers and screenplay writers, whatever they need to do. And they'll be teaching them about the different things, theater, whatever it is, and teach them what kind of classes they need, whether it's singing classes, dancing classes, acting, whatever. And we plan on helping them get into these different types of classes. Like, it just depends on what the person wants. If the person wants to be a beautician, we'll get them in beauty school. If they want to be a LP, and we'll get them in some kind of, we'll get them in, start them in, the different classes to get them, start them in the medical school programs, plumbing or whatever. We'll get them into the different trades they need, classes or whatever. We'll do that. And then we will also, we'll be feeding them, and, we'll be feeding the people in the community. We'll be helping find housing. We'll be partnering with maybe different community housing to help them. So when they do leave, they'll be able to have adequate housing. They'll be able to have some sort of income, a job or something. Whatever that person needs, if it's like somebody going through domestic violence or a rape victim, if they need us to go to court, we'll go to court. We'll get them, orders of protection. Whatever it is we have to do to help that family, we're going to do it. I'm all about giving back. I'm all about helping and really being there for my people in my community. And, I say my people because I'm Black before I'm anything, but I'm never going to turn my back away from anybody. Anybody, I don't care what race you are, nationality, you're always free to come and help, or come and ask us for help. And if we're able to help, we will. And I think that'll be amazing, and it's going to really make me happy knowing I'm being able to be able to bless somebody and be a blessing to other people is one of the things I've always wanted to do. And I just think that God has brought me through so much. And I keep telling everybody, I'm not going to go into my whole story right now, but back in, I think it was 2018, I was scheduled to buy a house, and a lot of unfortunate things happened, and I ended up having to spend half the money on other stuff, so we didn't get the house back then. And the lady that was working with me then is actually working with my niece because I hooked her up. And when she saw me for the first time last month, she didn't even recognize me. She says, "Wow, you look fabulous." She said, "You don't even look like the same person." It's funny how in 2017, well, I lost my daughter in 2015. So between 2015, 2016, 2017, those were just horrible years for me. And, I think I was suffering from depression too, from not really getting the counseling I needed. So I just went down, big hill, down, down, down. Just, it's a lie. And I'm not going to go into details with everything, but what essentially happened is when she seen me, she says, "I don't even look like the same person." She says, "You look happy. You look healthy. You look like you living your best life." And I said, this is the first year since I lost my daughter that I can honestly say I'm living my best damn life. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm at peace. The people who are in my life are the people who are supposed to be in my life. The people who are not in my life were the people who were only here, supposed to be here for a season. When I say God has brought me through it, He has brought me through it, and I'm at a point where I'm able to start being a blessing to others. And it's just, I have